um, start our program by saying, for those who are Muslim, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For the secretariat at the PSAQU, would you like to connect our meeting to Facebook today? Yeah, while we are on the meeting, it's a good idea to record so we can put on the YouTube after the meeting. So a friend of us still can joining the discussion, even though they cannot join to the Zoom group, but they still can enjoy the running of this discussion. Thank you everyone already joining us, and the big thanks to the Secretariat of the Political Science Association Kasetsart University facilitate us as the one of the program that we designed for our small group that Indonesia Thailand Higher Education Partnership, yeah, Indonesia Thailand. But we still invite our friend from Malaysia and other countries, and this opportunity, Dr. Shamsuri from Malaysia already joined us, and then he will present us about the call of chapters that we already discussed for the before the meeting before. And then for the secretariat, and then for the Dr. Shamsuri, I would like to introduce two friends of us from Indonesia. The first is Stai DDI. There is one college, higher education institution, namely Stai DDI. It is Islamic College of DDI, one of the biggest organization in eastern part of Indonesia, and it is located in Makassar, South Sulawesi. I don't need to introduce anymore Makassar since 3 years ago with the secretariat of the association, we already did a lot of things about it. And then another one, I would like to introduce one of my colleague. I invite him to join. He is Dr. Abdul Malik Iskandar. Right now, he is chairing the Dean in the Faculty of Education, University of Megareski, the same city with the STAI DDI. It is in Makassar, both a university in Makassar. And then again, thank you for the secretariat of the association already provide us for the invitation, and then provide for the Zoom meeting for today. Before start our meeting, I'd like to say a few words about our agenda. So our agenda is about research collaboration between Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia. And then I already invite a friend of us, and fortunately, a couple of friends cannot join us since today still in the Tashriq day. It means that 3 days after Idul Adha, but it is not circumstances that we cannot run our program, since we already put that every one of every the first date of the month, we will meet and discuss the further collaboration that we can have between Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and we will invite others to join. Yeah. Before we start, would you like from the Secretariat to say a few or couple words before we invite Dr. Shamsuri to present the call of chapters? Please, times is yours.
Okay, today is a good day for us to join in order to cooperate our research that I think today we will have something good in order to do something like a comparative study. Okay, welcome to this nice meeting.
Thank you, Achan, for welcoming us for this second meeting. So previous, we already have one meeting before, and we noticed that we will have a discussion about research collaborations, and then we put it at the first date every month to meet, even that we still on the pandemic, and then it is kind we can meet through the virtual facilities, and for the planning meeting, the association will provide us the facilities, and through the Zoom meeting mode. So Dr. Shamsuri already joined us. Do you hear me, Dr. Shamsuri? Okay, he's still on some occasion, maybe, and then
hello.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Shamsi, would you like to present for us the call of the call for chapters that we already not on the previous meeting?
Give me some time because I have some problems getting my video on.
Okay.
Can you continue discussion? Give me back.
Okay. No worries, doctor. Try your best to solve the technical problem. We are not rushing. Just try to start it as the invitation we already distribute to our colleague. Before that, from the associations, would you like to say something for us? What is the conference seminar opportunity for us to join in the near future, or any kind of presentation that we can have that schedule, as we have from the Secretariat of Association already provide that we can have one in Kendari on November. I will invite you all to join this one. Because we have annual ASEAN ASEAN conference on humanities and social science, and it will be in 2 to 4 of November. And allow me to share on the share screen for us.
Can I share the screen?
Okay. This is, you can see on the your screen, the 11th ASEAN Conference on Humanities and Social Science. It is already put on the conference alert. It will be 2 to 4 November 2020. And then the host is Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi 66. Yeah. Because the same already I already mentioned that we are right now in the middle of the pandemic, so we cannot meet each other. Yeah, and then we will make it virtual. Yeah, for those who are for those who want to joining our program, so you can see this website, and then this is the program. Yeah. It is about humanities and social science. That's the first things that I'd like to introduce everyone that already joining the Zoom right now. And then I'd like to welcome another friend of us here already joined, Ahmad Muzawir Saleh. He is one of my colleagues. He is pursuing his undergraduate degree in Islamic university in Makassar, namely Alauddin. And welcome Pak Lukman Arifin. He is from one university in Java Island, Central Java, somewhere else in near from Purwokerto. And thank you for all joining our meeting for today. The main agenda is discussions about the collaborative research. While Dr. Samsuri is handling the technical problem of his laptop, so I would like to invite everyone to say a couple words, maybe your research interest or any kind of research collaboration that we can rise up to handle together. So everyone is welcome. Maybe Dr. Abdul Malik, would you like to say a couple words about research concern or the research that you are doing right now? So every one of our friends in the side of Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, for sure, to joining this collaborative research. So if you don't mind, time is yours.
Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much of this chance. Thank you so much for the host, Mr. Dr. Ismail, invite me to say something about the plan of my research. So, as we know that we are still in the middle of COVID-19. Before that, I would like to introduce my study background. I am from a doctoral in sociology. So now my research always concern in sociology, especially for urban society. Now we look or we observe society, especially in Makassar city, in early pandemic. We see the population is very panic. More and more pandemic still increase, yeah, until today, until now. But only less people are still at home, and most of people are at work, in the market, in mall, and in the other places of working. So I mean, it is very different. It is very different. The society in Maret, yeah, in March, yeah, February, March until April. But now, in June, July, until August, I see the people, they are in resilience. So Indonesia can say ada semacam ketabahan. Yeah. So that is the first one. The second one is we are between into a condition. We are between into condition. The first, we are still to avoid of COVID. We scare of COVID, and then the other side, we are going to rise also. So this is the problem. So this is my very short description of the research. Is the people are in resilient situation. I think that's all. Thank you. Yeah. I thank you. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abdul Malik already shared with us and everyone in the Zoom meeting. I would like to invite you all to take opportunity to participate on the first international conference on health, education, and computer science technology, ICHEST Mega Rescue University. It will be on, where is the date? I cannot see.
17 October.
17 October.
Yeah,
it will be on 17
Saturday.
October. It will be on Saturday. Yes.
Yeah, Saturday, of course.
The early bird registration, it will be 17 July to 31 August, and regular registration, it will be 1 September to 10 of October. The deadline, the abstract deadline, it will be the 5 October, and the full paper, it will be 15 of October. The publication, the international proceeding with ISBN, and then the event day, it will be on Saturday, the 17 October. One of the a part of the conference, it is Mega Rezeki and University Kebangsaan Malaysia Symposium on Comparative Education. So if the a member of the association in the Kasetsart University would like to join us, so it is a good opportunity to have the Indonesia and Thailand symposium as the part of the panel, since one of the keynote speaker is the education and culture attaché Embassy of Indonesia Republic in Bangkok. So Professor Dr. Haji Mustari Mustafa is kind to join us for the event. And the other one, we already have the keynote speaker, Associate Professor Melor Muhammad Yunus from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. We have another one, Sister Merceditas, PhD, the president of Santa Paul University, Philippines. Then another one, Professor Dr. Ridwan Amiruddin. He is from Mega Rezeki University. And we already invite the opening speech is Professor Dr. Ali Aspar Mappa Yahya, Director of Universitas Mega Rezeki, and Hajja Suryani as the head of Islamic Education Foundation of Mega Rezeki Makassar. This is one of the opportunity that we can collaborate further from the presence of Dr. Abdul Malik as the Dean of the Faculty of Education in the Mega Rezeki University. Let me say once again, the first international conference on health, education, and computer science technology, Mega Rezeki University, it will be on 17 October this coming October this year. Thank you, Dr. Abdul Malik, joining us to share any kind of idea for the research. And I would like to invite every one of you, if you can join this group, a small group of research. I would like to welcome my colleague, Mr. Ilham Tanzilullah. He is a lecturer in Yayan Ponorogo in East Java. Yeah. For our colleague in Thailand, I do not need to introduce the location since you are very familiar with us. So where the locations of the East Java in Ponorogo. So Dr. Shamsuri is ready?
Yeah. Thank
okay.
you very much.
So
Sorry for the problem.
Dr. Shamsuri, times is yours. Maybe if you could present in this time, what is the call for chapters that we can do together due to the collaborative research. Thank you. So times is yours for Dr. Shamsuri.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ismail, and Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. To our friends from Indonesia, and Muslim. So hopefully that we have all enjoyed the Eid celebration with the family. Hopefully things are getting better for all of us. Yeah. So we pray that there will be no spike in terms of the cases in our countries, because this is going to be a bit challenging. So based on our first discussion last month, I think I did discuss the need for us to actually share our experiences, share our practices that we have gone through throughout when the pandemic started early this year. So I think one of the best way to actually share is actually to put our ideas, experiences, practices in a documented form. So I propose about all of us actually try to pen our ideas down in terms of book chapters. So what I have actually did is actually let me okay. So what I propose is actually for us to write the book chapters. Maybe this is just a rough idea, because I think there's still some details missing. I haven't put our friends from Thailand's name there. I still need to get the name. Because we need 3 country editors to actually to work and get the materials for the book to be realized. And after having a long thought, and then I suggested that we can write the impact on the impact of COVID-19 on education, work, and governance, which is actually quite broad, but it covers almost everything in terms of our social scientists' this contribution to understanding and what we call making work, during the pandemic. So it is suggested that the book will be under UTM Press as a publisher, and the editors will be myself, Pak Ismail, and can I get the name from our friends from Thailand, so that I can actually complete the editors, later. I can get the details later, so that the 3 of us can be the what we call the contact person and person in charge of the chapters coming from the 3 countries. Okay, so and the topic or issues that we can actually write in the book, we'll be talking about discovery on how does COVID-19 impact our education, work, and governance, and looking at the student learning, the world of work, governance. This governance will look at into how does the people, how does the citizen of each country perceive the government strategy in managing the virus. Are we happy? Are we not happy? Or what kind of feelings and perception that we have with our governments? So I believe that when movement control or lockdown is actually being implemented, there are a lot of feelings, anger, panic and whatnot. So and we can see the reactions of the people in terms of what is actually the government's action impacted the life of the people. So these are things that will be in the when we talk about discovery. So the second one we'll look at the service, especially the social services. What kind of I think in every country there are a lot of social organization going around, helping those people who are quite helpless, in terms of what we call trying to manage the pandemic, because most of us we might not be facing the same problem, I think, but a lot of from the population of facing issues of being unemployed, not being able to move. So I believe that there's a lot of local communities and local societies that are doing their best to help the people and managing these issues, and we see a lot of the spikes, a lot what we call in terms of mental illness or mental problems, mental health problems and whatnot. So these are going to be in the the second key issues, and the third one is actually about education. So these are the things that also important to us as academician. How do we actually transition from face-to-face learning to online learning? Managing the fatigue of online learning. Even though we are capable of actually reaching out to the students, but I think all of us are facing issues like how do we manage what we call the transition what kind of innovation that we actually come up with, how do we manage students fatigue, yeah, in terms of the teaching and learning and whatnot. So these are in the third chapters, yeah. And then supplementary topic can also be talking about student learning, you know, the world of work. These are the issues that we can actually put in the books, coming from the three countries. And I am not very sure, you know, how many is actually, how many chapters are actually suitable for one. You know, if we were to actually say that 5 chapters for one country, then we have 15 chapters for the book. But if we have more, then we can actually maybe produce not only one book, but maybe 2 books, you know, looking from the same angle. So these are the things that we can discuss today before we put the final touch to the call of papers, or call for chapters, and distributed and disseminated to interested authors to contribute to the book. Yeah, so we can start by maybe I suggest that we can start by calling for extended extract, to see the what we call the early ideas of the authors, you know, before we make selections. Or if we have other ideas, then we can discuss on this. Yeah, and then still I think we need to get the details from our friend from Thailand. And these are some of the dates, or important dates that we have. I am putting forth, but still open for discussion. And we are looking at tentatively book in print by January 31st, 2021. You know, because of the editing and whatnot. So these are my timeline, yeah. And to make it easier for the authors, we also actually put the what we call the templates, so that, you know, the authors can actually write and prepare their manuscript better, in terms of for us to manage later part in the later part of the editing and what we call proofreading. So any comment on this, so that I can actually improve the call for papers?
Thank you, Dr. Samsuri, for already initially the call for chapters for our book. And then we already get the name of our friend from Thailand. The name here is already written on the Zoom group chat, Sirat Gohwong from Kasasat University. So we will have 3 editors. Dr. Shamsuri from Malaysia, and I'm myself, Ismail from Indonesia, and then Achan Sirat Kohwong from Thailand. So 3 of us will work together to maintain smoothly going out. And then what is the deadline, Dr. Shamsuri?
The first, I think for the abstract, we're looking at 31st of August.
Okay.
You know,
And then the full paper?
The full paper will be on the October 15.
Okay, October 15. So everyone should notice that the abstract will be the 31 of August, and then 15 of October is the deadline of full paper.
Yeah.
Then after the revising of the call per chapter, Dr. Samsuri will distribute every one of us. So would you like for the participant to write down your email on the Zoom group chat? So the secretariat of the association will record your email, and then will distribute to your email for the further informations. So from the Secretariat of Association, Achan, would you like to say some things? Yeah, since Dr. Shamsuri already provide for the call for paper, and then Dr. Shamsuri, you can send this draft to the Secretariat of Association. They will make poster and then upload to the website, and then distribute to the network of the association. Since we have actually not a couple, but it is a dozen of university already signs the MOU with the associations. Hopefully they can participate through this activity. Achan, would you like to say something?
Okay, it is good to do together because I am interested in especially in about social aspect of and public policy of the government, especially privacy of people dealing COVID-19, right? In order, sometimes maybe we in order to stop this disease of a pandemic, maybe a government invent or violate privacy of people, because privacy is my topic of area of my interest. So thank you to create this good research and job. This is very interesting because it is we can create and build a cooperation in terms of comparative study, because when I teach in my university, I try to teach about the comparative aspect, especially in ASEAN. Last year, I joined with the conference with Dr. Vetti, right, about the comparative study of I have to say cybersecurity law in ASEAN. That is, I think it is very interesting that we work together and try to expand the cooperation in order to understand our regions. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Achan. So we already get the names. You already get the date of the submission, abstract submission, and the paper submission, and hopefully we can get the help from the associations to lay out of the call for chapters, and then the poster, and then distribute to the network of the association and every one of us. Again, I would like to invite you, every one of us, to write down your email on the Zoom group chat. In the near future, every or any kind of information they will send to you. Okay. Any additional information, Dr. Samsuri?
I think that's all in terms of the book. But I think what we can do is actually, from our part, to start looking to our closest network. In terms of getting them to contribute to the chapters. This, I think we can then do it easily before, because we still need to have the core, what we call authors, to contribute to the success of the book. We can open the book, the call for the chapters, but I think it's very important for us to have the core people, to contribute. In terms of I think basically, if we look at minimum 5 chapters from each country, that will mean that we will have 15 chapters, and we can always publish that 15. I think 5 chapters per country is not that difficult to get. I think if we can go for that target first, 5 chapters, but if you can go more, then we can see how can we actually whether we want to do it in one book or we want to split it into 2 books. That will be our next step. But I think minimum we can, if you can agree, then we can start or target 5 chapters per country, and because this is quite what we call a very broad topic, in terms of what we call the content of the book, and I believe that there's a lot of stories being going around, in terms of our experiences, and every day is actually a new learning experience for all of us, in terms of understanding the pandemic, the impact. I think, if we can see, we can look at the evolution of the pandemic. We can see at the early stage, it's all about getting used to the pandemic, then managing the pandemic. Then next is actually how can actually we move forward, in terms of the future. So these are, what we call, this at least 5 to 6 months is actually a very steep learning curve for every one of us in terms of understanding the impact of the pandemic to us, on us, as individuals, as a family, as a community, as a country. In fact, I think if you can see, there's a new spike coming out. There's some country that is actually still in a very hot spot kind of situation, like America, whatnot. We can see the social social response to what we call social and political response to COVID-19 in the US is actually quite very chaotic and havoc. Even though they are developed countries, yeah. So we expect them to respond properly, but they're having a very high case right now. So I think if we look at and we zoom into the 3 countries, Malaysia having different approaches, Indonesia having with as a big country, many islands and whatnot, many what we call social backgrounds, among the communities. And Thailand, we have the North Thailand and the Southern Thailand kind of thing. So there's a lot of stories that we can write, yeah, and we can uncover, and hopefully, it can be a reference point in the future when we look back, how communities react, who is doing the right thing, using either using the local wisdom or using the scientific wisdom. So these are the things that we need to uncover, so that it can be a good reference point whenever we have this kind of pandemic coming again, yeah. Because I think this is something that we have to get used to, because in terms of epidemiology, because the world now is getting bigger in terms of population. Human and animals, what we call contact, is getting more frequent, cannot be unavoidable. So the epidemiologist is saying that we will have more what we call this kind of pandemic, getting more frequent because of the contact between human and animals. Also the disease can jump easily from animals to human. So this is something that if we can give our contribution to understanding, the collections of wisdom going around based on the 3 countries' experience, it can maybe provide us with some reference points in the future. So this is something that I think we need to do urgently, and having contributions from as Achong said, we're talking about comparative and cross-country understanding. So we may start with book chapters. Maybe later, our Achong can actually lead in terms of the 3 countries' research. Looking at maybe governance or political what we call political actions in terms of this kind of pandemic and whatnot. Yeah. Hopefully, this is going to be a good start for the cooperation between the 3 countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shamsuri, for the presenting for us the call for chapters. That the first collaborative publication that we will have. I would like to welcome my colleague, Dr. Rawadi. He is the chairperson of the graduate program in IAIN Padang Sidempuan, somewhere else in North Sumatra. And thank you everyone for joining our meeting for today. And then as the Dr. Shamsuri already present that we will have the book chapter. So our target is not too many, but at least for the first book is about 5 chapters everyone from the country. So 5 chapters from Malaysia, 5 chapters from Indonesia, 5 chapters from Thailand. So we have here a couple friends from Indonesia. If you are free to join, so we welcome you to have this opportunity for collaborative research. And maybe somewhere else in the chapter we can have the joining chapters, and then we will have it together through this country. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Shamsuri. So in the end of the meeting, I would like to invite everyone. Is there any friend of us want to say something? Dr. Erawadi or? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Erawadi, for joining us. And if there is no any other or any single of the any information, so Dr. Shamsuri, if you don't mind, I would like to share from my screen. So would you like to stop? Okay. I already put here some or a couple information that we can join in of us. The first that we will have opportunity for international conference of environmental awareness. It will be 28 to 30 August. The link is here. And we have the Mega Reski University Conference. It will be 17 October. And the other one, we will have the 11 ASEAN Conference of Humanities and Social Science. The program is annually. This is the third that I already joined. The first one in Makassar 2 years ago, and the last year it was in Jakarta, and this year will be in Kendari, the host in Kendari, but the program will be virtually event. And then the last things that I would like to share, the agenda of the associations right here. Yeah, we have the Political Science Association of Kasar University Conferences 2020. We have here programs. Yeah, and then everyone welcome to join this event, and the details are in the website, yeah, of the associations. That's all for today. So before ending our meeting, so I would like to invite once more the Secretariat, Achan, to say something.
Okay, thank you so much for our beginning to work together, and now I finish my note about meeting, and I will share in our Facebook. Dr. Vicky, I will share our brief of our meeting soon after we finish. So please, maybe Dr. Shamsuri, you can please give us the detail in your Microsoft Word, and
Okay.
we start to do the work. Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, thank you, Achan. Thank you for the support of the Secretariat, Political Science Association of Kasar University already facilitate us during this meeting. And thankfully, because this is the second meeting that we already have, and I would like to invite you once more every the first date of the month. It is will be from 10 to 12 the Bangkok time or Jakarta time. So this is the opportunity to share everything with us, and then this meeting will not run well without participation, without any kind of support of every one of you. The last things I would like to invite every one of us to say a few words, if any. Dr. Shamsuri, Dr. Abdul Malik, or anyone to want to say before we end this meeting? Yeah. So if there is no any kind of word that we can discuss, so I would like to say thank you again for joining us for this second meeting, and this is a fruitful discussion. We already have the material, we have already the draft from Dr. Shamsuri, and then Dr. Abdul Malik Iskandar already invite us for the program of Mega Rezeki, and the association already provide us the full schedule of the year, and there is this is the third year collaborations of the association with us, and then again we invite you to join in. Thank you everyone for joining. I do apologize if during this meeting any kind of mistakes, errors that I present. And for those who are Muslim, let us close this meeting by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. And good morning everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you Achan for joining. Thank you Dr. Erawati. Thank you Dr. Abdul Malik. And we have
See you.
from Yayan Palopo, Dr. Masrudin joining us. So I would like to invite you once again the first day of the September next month. We will meet again. Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Warahmatullahi
Assalamualaikum.
wabarakatuh.
See you. Bye.
Great meeting.
Bye bye.